The second case of MI of cylinder around an axis would be the MI of cylinder can be calculated, can be determined around the axis which is along to the height or length of the cylinder. So in this video we are determining the MI of the cylinder around an axis which is just along its height or length. Okay, so on the board you can see the respective diagram. Here the length of the cylinder is taking as L, and radius of the cylinder is taking as R, and we can also assume that this complete cylinder is made up by cylindrical cells. Okay, what I mean by cylindrical cell, let's say this is a cylinder. It can be regarded as made up by a number of small cylinders. Okay, and one such cylindrical cell I am taking here. So I have shown the respective particular cylindrical shell by the blue color. So in the diagram, the blue color cylindrical cell is taken as to find the moment of inertia of the cylinder. Okay, so first of all we will find the moment of inertia of this blue color cylindrical cell whose thickness is dr and which is just separated from this axis at distance r, or we can say that its boundary is at distance r from this axis. Okay, also we can say that the radius of the cylindrical cell is smaller and the radius of the complete cylinder, whole cylinder, big cylinder, is capital R. Okay, so when we rotate this complete cylinder like this, if this is a cylinder and if I want to rotate this cylinder in this way around this axis which is nothing but its height, then what will be its moment of inertia? So generally this will also be rotate when the complete cylinder will rotate. So first of all I am finding the moment of inertia of this blue cylindrical cell around the axis by y dash. Okay, so to find the moment of inertia of this cylindrical cell, first of all I will find its mass. So what is the mass of cylindrical shell? That will be the volume into rho. Okay, so volume of the cylindrical cell would be 2 pi and RL times of its width. So this is the area of the cylinder, because you know the curved surface area of the cylinder is 2 pi RL, and if we multiply with the width of this cylindrical cell, then I will get the volume of the particular cylindrical cell. If I multiply this volume with the rho, then this becomes mass of the cylindrical cell. Okay, now in the previous video you have looked about the moment of inertia of this cylinder around an axis which is along of its length, that was, and that can be calculated as such cylindrical disc will be also from here to there. Okay, so consider such cylindrical disc, a cylindrical shell which is starting at just this point. Okay, and we will take all such cylindrical cell from here to complete radius capital R. So our limit will be from 0 to capital R. So if I integrate the MIs of all those cylindrical cell taking limit from 0 to R, then that will be complete moment of inertia of this whole cylinder. Okay, so I am taking limit from 0 radius to complete radius. I am taking all the such cylindrical shells. So from the definition of moment of inertia, mass multiplied by distance square radius square gives me the respective MI. So what is the mass of this particular cylindrical shell? This is 2 pi RL and dr times of rho. If I multiply with the distance square, then I get the same MI. So what is the distance of this particular shell? This is R. So I have taken its square. So mass, this factor completely showing the mass multiplied by the radius square gives me the corresponding MI. So let's solve this value here. 2 pi L rho are constant and rest terms are r and r square. This becomes r cube multiplied by dr. Okay, so I equals 2 pi l rho, the integration of r cube becomes r raised to power 4 over 4 and limits are from 0 to r. If I solve this value, I will get 2 pi l rho. Let's put small r in place, capital R in place of small r. I will get capital R raised to power 4 divided by 4 and minus 0 raised to power 4 divided by 4, and this becomes complete 0. Okay, again you can see that 4 can cancel as 2 times by 2, and here I am taking 2 power from the r raised to power 4, so this is r square, and here pi is here, so pi square multiplied by l and multiplied by rho. And what is the remaining terms? Remaining terms is r square divided by 2. Okay, let's check is this equation balanced or not. So pi r square l rho r square divided by 2 is taken from this equation. So this is r square gets r raised to power 4, okay, and pi l rho, this is pi l rho. Now you can see that pi r square h, in simple terms pi r square h is the nothing but the volume of the cylinder, and here the height of the cylinder is taken as L, so pi square L shows the volume of this particular cylinder, which is shown by the black color. So this is volume and multiplied by the density, so this gives me the mass of complete cylinder. So pi r square L volume multiplied by density gives me the complete mass of the cylinder. So this is nothing but I equals, this complete value changes into mass, and this is r square divided by 2. So this is the corresponding or required MI of the particular cylinder.